Welcome, pile one. This is your reading. This is your next breakthrough. This is a timeless reading, so it's meant for you when you find it. Okay, take a deep breath. Exhale. So, you guys chose obsidian. The number 39 could mean something to you, as well as the number 3. Now, 3 is indicating progress. So there will be progress for you. And also, I'm seeing social activity, social invitations, networking. So this breakthrough may come to you. Your next breakthrough may come through socializing somehow, or a networking event, or a party. But it could also just mean that you're making a lot of progress here. With obsidian being here, there's a lot of self-observance and self-reflection. So it's about getting to know yourself as well. And with the 3 being there, I'm seeing getting to know yourself through other people, getting to know yourself through others. So there's something that will be mirrored back to you, and it's going to have you realize something. And it's going to help you progress, if that makes sense. So you're going to see yourself through other people's eyes, or there's something that's going to happen, or something that will be said to you that will bring you this breakthrough moment in whatever it is that you're doing. Obsidian is also about being protected, so you are highly protected at this moment, okay? Okay, what a way to start. Let's keep going, guys. So you guys got loving compassion. So whatever it is you are realizing about yourself, it seems like you're going to be able to see something that you would otherwise criticize within yourself, or would otherwise be a reason to be criticized or judged, but there's someone in your environment who will see you with this loving compassion, who will not judge you. And that in itself will be very transformative, because people do normally tend to judge. That is like human default, right? Because judging comes very easy and naturally to humans, but to really come across someone who is able to see you for who you truly are and show you who you truly are with loving compassion, now that in itself is something very special. And in turn, there's something that you will observe, or something that someone will mirror back to you in the way they do it, that will open your eyes to the fact that there is love, there is compassion, there are people who can see you for who you truly are without judging you. And that will teach you also how to not judge yourself and judge others. The number 16 is showing up here, as well as the number 7, so that could be significant to you. Okay. Gnosis, yes. There's something here that you're going to learn, become aware of. There's a piece of knowledge that may be shared with you. Someone will share a piece of knowledge with you about love and compassion, and there's something about knowledge here. You're learning something through other people. We have the number 50, 60, 75. The number 75 here showing up could be relevant to you, as well as the number 12. And again, we have the number 3. So we have master number 33. Look up master number 33. So you may become aware that you are connected to the Ascended Masters, or you're going to learn something about the Ascended Masters. Let me see what else I'm picking up with this card here. But there's some kind of knowledge that you're coming across through others, and it's going to make you look inside, go inward, and really analyze yourself and see something about yourself, a truth about yourself. Maybe you were over intellectualizing something, and through connecting with someone, it's like you're going to be able to complete a mystery that you by yourself, you were not able to. So there's a question being answered. So someone will answer a question for you or will help you answer a question. There's a missing puzzle piece here. So I would say if you're invited somewhere or to socialize or to go do something, accept the invitation. Okay? But of course, always be safe. I don't know who this person may be, but I see there's a lot of people around this energy here. There's some kind of knowledge that you were looking for in books or through research, and you couldn't find it because it has to do with relationships, social interaction, something you can only learn by interacting with others. So maybe you've closed yourself up for a long time, or you were in introvert mode or hermit mode, and as soon as you open up to socializing here, there's something that the missing piece you couldn't find in the books or in your research that you're going to find in someone who shares a piece of knowledge with you. Even if it's by way of just a conversation or energy, it could even just be energy. And it's gonna be a aha moment. Okay, this was what I was missing. Okay, whatever that means for you. Okay. So you got the raccoon. Okay, so there's something about the raccoon's eyes, okay? Raccoon eyes is a term for, okay, now I'm gonna touch on a very sensitive subject here. I'm seeing something about child abuse. Maybe this was something you experienced as a child. I hope not. If that was the case, I'm so sorry. But there's something here about your inner child or your childhood that maybe you weren't aware of, or you kind of wiped it out of your mind and you didn't see it as being maybe someone who went through the same thing, and they're going to share their experience with you, and you're going to see that you're not alone, or you're going to learn something about how they forgave or how they still are compassionate, or you're going to see even the compassion within yourself toward the situation. It's like something here that your memory kind of, it stayed in your subconscious, but it could be now surfacing through a conversation you're having with someone. Now, this doesn't mean it has to be childhood abuse, okay? But I'm going to read from the book now. So it says, so first of all, this energy of the raccoon, earth signs, you could have a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo in your chart, but doesn't have to be, or this could be a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, who has someone who has these in their chart. This person could be an artist, could be talented, but again, the raccoon is this energy. It says shadowy and in hiding. Maybe you've been in hiding. Maybe you've been hiding your talents because of something that happened to you that you didn't feel free or safe to express. And there's something about this interaction with this person that's going to help you unblock this. Maybe you're an artist. Maybe there is an artist inside you, but you haven't let the artist inside you out. Maybe you are a very creative person, but something about your childhood has blocked your creativity. And you're going to become aware of this through this interaction. So it says raccoon energy is at play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. Its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self-image and success. So maybe something that happened way back that you maybe discarded or you didn't even consider to be something that would have this power over you. By the way, first of all, it's no longer going to have that power over you. That is your breakthrough. This thing that's kept in your subconscious is coming out to be cleansed, and it will no longer hold the same power over you because it did affect your self-image. It did affect In turn, when your self-image is affected, of course, your success is also affected. And so there's an unresolved issue here, that by learning something from someone, you will be able to not only see this for what it is and cleanse it, but you will also be able to be compassionate toward this. It says, sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in an artist's favor, but maybe you've been wearing a mask, afraid of society's, that society would behave the same way your caregivers behaved toward you if you weren't a certain way. And so where this mask has served you in many ways in your life, there's also an imbalance of overusing this mask to the detriment of not allowing yourself to be who you truly are. So it limited your creativity. And I'm also seeing kind of like someone here spiraling into a sense of not knowing who you are. And through this other interaction, you're going to learn who you are. And you will then be ready to grow into something much more. So it says, raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this creative ego fear is resolved. Yeah, because this created fear in you, and it set you into fight or flight mode, ego mind. You know, roll with the punches, go with the program, and you're no longer willing to do this. Because there is a generous friend in your life. Maybe this person is creative and artistic, and this person is here to help you open up your heart, become vulnerable to yourself first and foremost, so that you can then open up and become vulnerable to others. And with this, I see you creating something new, a new reality, a new project, reinventing yourself also, coming out of hiding, coming out of the shadows, and your talents being revealed to you, and you working with your talents as well. Wow. What a breakthrough. Surrender to the divine. Full moon. So this realization is going to come to you around the next full moon. And I see you also surrendering to the divinity within yourself. Surrendering to your own power, the power that you even subconsciously let go of, or unwillingly or unknowingly even. You didn't know any better, but now you are surrendering to your divinity. You're no longer seeing others as superior or knowing more than you, or having any power over you. You have as much power. You have more power over your life than anyone else does. You don't have to have power over other people's lives, but over your life, you're going to realize how much power you do have. And that's when the breakthrough comes through. And look how it's going to affect your life. 10 of Pentacles, and it says wealth. So if you were experiencing any financial blocks connected to your creativity or creative abilities, that will unblock to the point where it's like you're cracking a code here. There's something about your self-concept that will change as a result of this. And in changing your self-concept, you're changing basically everything you believed about yourself, about what you're able to accomplish, about who you are. And this is the wealth within you. You're going to find that wealth within you that will then translate into wealth around you and in your environment, in your circumstances. So it seems like whatever breakthrough you're having about this knowledge, about this connection, this networking, this friend, this mirroring, this thing about yourself, unblocking your creative energy, really diving deep into your subconscious to purge and cleanse, and substitute that with a different self-concept. And then what follows will be different assumptions about what you were able to create. And hence you start manifesting on a larger scale. So the world is opening up to you. The world will open up to you. Your business will go well. You will create a new successful business. Whatever it is that you're doing, you're leveling up. And this will in turn create stability, financial independence, standing on your own 2 feet, being able to provide for others, be there for others, be a strong, stable structure for others. So there is a friendship here that is very, very valuable. And you're going to learn the value of this friendship because of what it brings you. It's a divine friendship. Okay? Because this friendship is opening you up to your fullest potential. The Magician. And it's showing you just how much of a powerful manifester you actually are. You could have Gemini in your chart or Virgo. But it's going to show you exactly just how powerful you are of a manifester. And after this breakthrough, the world is your oyster. You're going to create so much more in such less time. I'm seeing instant manifestation, and it's the kind of manifestation that is very high vibrational because it's based on love, self-love, opening up to universal love. Because of this, maybe this one person that shows you that your life can be very different. Knight of Swords. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius here. Again, you could have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius within you. This could be someone you meet while you travel to go and see, or travels to come and see you. I'm seeing air travel here, okay? But whatever this breakthrough is, it's going to propel you to take so much action. It may even allow you to travel more, to move around more. It will motivate you, and you're leaving all the BS behind, and you're cutting through the BS with that sword there. You're just cutting through it. I'm seeing aerodynamics here. I'm seeing maverick speed, okay? Because you are someone who is very wise. You have an excellent brain. You are brilliant. But it's almost like you're just now opening up to how brilliant you actually are. 2 of Cups. We have love here. So this could be a love connection, a romantic connection. Okay? Or it could just be opening you up to a new romantic connection. And that's what follows. Equal give and take reciprocity. But we have a love connection here, the 2 of Cups. Breakthrough. Maybe you're going to realize something about someone who loves you, or you're going to realize that you love someone and that it's equal. Page of Pentacles. Again, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy, much younger energy. Maybe you're the younger person here. Maybe you're the much older person here. 8 of Wands. But this is really going to propel you forward. And it's going to have you taking action in so many ways, more than one. I'm seeing a lot of communication. I'm seeing a lot of travel. I'm seeing a lot of quick back and forth. I'm seeing 8 days. Something about the next 8 days. You're starting something new here, something that is solid, stable, and long-lasting. And it could start with travel, something you've manifested. This could be someone who has opened your eyes to all the possibilities, to all that you are, everyone, all, just who you are. Now, some of you, there's something about a child here being created, or a project being created, okay? It could be one or the other. But this seems to be happening with a higher level soulmate. Because I am seeing the seed here. I am seeing, swimmers going toward a seed there. I'm seeing 2 people here. The Devil, Capricorn energy. Temptation. Something about toxicity here. And the Ace of Pentacles. Again, the seed, planting the seed. Now this could be the seed for the project, the seed that is that will become a child, okay? Something along these lines. This child could be born a Capricorn or could be conceived in Capricorn season. But it's like there's a strong bond here that you have with this friend. It's very strong. It's like you can't shake it off. It's karmic. And it may at times bring out the toxicity within you, but I'm not seeing a bad connection here. It's just going to bring out the toxicity within you so that you can see it and you can plant the soil and the seed for the new beginning in your life. You're going to see how you have been played by the devil all this time, maybe for your whole entire life. See how, because to me that seems like a doctor, a healer. You're a healer. And Spirit has been trying to heal you as well. And maybe because you've been paying too much attention to the devil in the mind, you were being held by strings by the devil in the mind. And this is what is about to change. You're having a whole new beginning where you are, see, those roots are not in the ground. See, the devil still has a hold on that person there with the strings, but the strings are going to be broken. And this is you taking back your power to plant the new seed in your life, have this new beginning. Now, you could be dealing here with someone who is an extremely hard worker, who seems like a temptation and seems like something negative to you at times because it brings out the toxicity in you, but I don't see anything else negative around this. So this is your own ego mind still sometimes coming in and out, and you're doubting this person. But this person is showing you something about yourself that maybe you didn't want to see, or you don't like, or you didn't want to remember. But it is giving you an opportunity for your healing. Maybe things you didn't want to see or listen to before, this person is showing this to you in such a loving way that you're going to take it and you're going to make something great out of it. Ace of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. Whatever seed you're planting now, be that a project, a child, a business, whatever it is that you're starting new, is after you've evaluated the toxicity, purged and cleansed it, so that you can now move forward into a more stable, new, long-lasting, prosperous beginning. Okay? So surrender to allowing yourself to see what it is that is being shown to you. Because what is being shown to you, mirrored to you through maybe this other person's quote-unquote toxicity, because I'm not seeing anything, major here. I'm just seeing something. Maybe you see something in this person that you don't like, and maybe it's something that you have within yourself. But it's actually there to just have you start something new. Now, for others of you, because the devil is about also earth energy, it's also Saturn energy. So it's not anything to fear. It just means that there is a long-lasting bond here between you and someone that may be a project or a friendship or even a child here. But it's based on love and compassion and passion. But it seems like in this process, you're dealing with some toxic things. You're going to become aware of your own toxicity, created for whatever reason in your past, so that you can have a new, stable, long-lasting beginning here. Pile number 1, that was your reading. I know a lot of this may seem a little bit cryptic, but take it as it resonates, okay? That was your reading. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell if you'd like to be notified of future uploads on the channel. Extra content is on Patreon, TikTok, and here on members area on YouTube. If you would like to watch this video again, don't forget to save it and share this video with someone you feel may need this message. It was a pleasure to read for all of you today. Bless you all, and see you next time. Bye. Welcome, Pile 2. This is your reading. This is your next breakthrough. So you guys chose Seraphis Green Quartz, and we have the number 50. Also the number 5, these may resonate with you, but the number 5, let me tell you, the next breakthrough you're about to have will be life-changing, okay? It's going to bring you a lot of joy. You're going to be feeling happy that you're alive. It's going to help you with acceptance of your circumstances, acceptance of who you are, your role here on earth, and something that is meant to be. A change that is meant to be. So, you're going to see why something happened the way it did, because there is a happy outcome. Something happened the way it did to bring you some kind of happy outcome. Okay? The Portal Keeper. Again, we have the number 50 twice. Look at that. So you may be seeing the number 55 or 50-50 a lot, or just 50 or 5. There, you could have a connection to ancient Egypt, but with 5 being repeated here, I'm just seeing so much change for you guys. So much change. A lot is changing, like big life changes due to this breakthrough here. I'm seeing something about you letting go of control as well. There's some kind of mystical experience, very unique mystical experience you had or you're about to have. You're maybe going to discover that you have some very strong, important psychic ability. You're definitely raising your vibration, and your consciousness is expanding, and that is your next breakthrough, is an expansion in your consciousness. You're having access to the Akashic records. You're becoming aware of past life ties. So there could be someone from a past life who has something to do with this breakthrough, but you're definitely exploring those edges of reality, and you're getting significant messages coming through your crown chakra from the universe. You're being able to see between the lines, connect the dots, see behind the veil, read between the lines. There is a sense of multidimensional awareness you're coming into. You're becoming more sensitive and aware, more receptive to the mystical experience, to your psychic gifts, to working with them, opening them, expanding them, connecting to the universe, to the higher realms, to your higher self, to spirit. You're going to realize that there are overlaying realities that seem actually just as real as what you perceive to be reality in its totality. And everything is going to feel a lot more vibrant and deep, profound than that familiar everyday experience. Because there is a theory that space and time are constructs that allow our human minds to grasp sequences in chronological order that enable us to orient and move forward through reality. But you're definitely now evolving, and you're going to realize what it means that you have only been using a small portion of your brain capacity. It's because you weren't fully using your psychic gifts and seeing those as the rest of the capacity of your brain. You're unlocking your mind's potential by transcending reason. So you're evolving into a different kind of intelligence. Yeah, you're evolving into a different kind of intelligence. That is the big change, and that's going to be life-changing. the pilgrim. It seems like you've just started this journey, or you have been on this journey, or this is taking you on quite the journey. We have the number 20 there. The number 20 could mean something to you, as well as the number 2. But it's like you're on this journey now, and you're not going to get off this journey. It's like it's a lifelong journey for you now. Because the way things were before, life is never going to be the same again. You may be traveling, or you may find something while you travel, or astral travel, or dream travel. There's something about traveling here. Or maybe you travel somewhere. It could be like a sacred place, or a power place, something like that, that is a spiritual portal, and you open up that way. You're learning, you're growing. Through this pilgrimage. And you feel like a wanderer, but also an apprentice at the same time. You may travel while you're meditating. You're answering the call because you were feeling stuck, and the only thing that is bringing this important change in your life is answering this call to surrender to your higher self, to your psychic gifts, to all that is. And because of this, you are expanding in ways you're actually going to be surprised. You're going to be surprising yourself. Firefly. So you could have Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius in your chart. But there's a light. You've been inspired, or you will be inspired by something. A flash of inspiration. Maybe you've been feeling an urge to write something, to create. There's a lot of brainstorming I'm seeing here. Maybe you were feeling burnt out, or life was just dull, or you were feeling like meh, nothing was going on, like meh, meh, that kind of feeling. Apathy almost. And it's almost like, boom, you're out of that now. I'm reading from the book now. It says, the firefly contains the light of 1,000 stars. It's pure, radiant, and illuminating. So your psychic gifts will be illuminated. A path will be illuminated. This high frequency charge cannot be sustained for long. Therefore, the firefly card indicates a moment of inspiration or awakening that quickly fades if you do not catch it. So this change is going to be very quick, but it's almost like it's going to take, don't miss this opportunity. You have to ride this wave now if you want to catch it. There is firefly energy behind every poem, song, and invention. Our job is to be ready to harness this creative spirit when it graces our path. So if you have like this brilliant idea, write it down in as much detail as soon as it comes to you. Otherwise it may leave as fast as it came. What can you do to support this precious and elusive light? Take action. Write things down. Create something with it. Don't leave it at just an idea, is what I'm seeing here. Pleasure. 6 of Cups. So this could be something even coming back from your childhood, something that your inner child is bringing back from the past. It has something to do with your soul mission. You could have Scorpio in your chart, but there's a spark of inspiration, or there's something that sparks your interest, and it's trying to lead you somewhere. This could be someone who sparks your interest in some way, and they're trying to show you a path. Maybe you've known this person for a very long time, since you were younger. Maybe this is a past life connection. Maybe this is someone who was a catalyst to you opening to a more spiritual path, or following your own psychic expansion. Maybe you're bringing back something that you've always wanted to do since you were a child. that was your spiritual soul mission from the beginning, but you didn't act upon it, but now you will be acting upon it. Maybe you didn't quite know what to do with it. The Chariot. Someone here could have Cancer in their chart. Something about July. But it's something that you will know what it is, because it brings you a sense of pleasure. And maybe you didn't know what to do with this. You didn't know if this was good or bad. You were evaluating the Emperor. But this is going to allow you to take charge of your life, to take the reins. So whatever this is, opening up your psychic gifts is actually going to allow you to take charge of your life, be a leader. And it's going to help you manifest your dreams into reality, or into the 3D reality, might I add. You could have Aries in your chart, doesn't have to be. This breakthrough is having you realize just how powerful you actually are. The Devil, Capricorn energy. You're becoming aware of toxic people you were dealing with, your own toxicity, where you were overworking. You could be a workaholic. Maybe you're becoming more aware of where you were paying too much attention to the devil in the mind, how much you were in your ego, and to create a balance and to counteract this fear and ego mind. It seems like you are now transcending this and ascending and raising your vibration. Look at this. Two of Cups. Interesting, the Two of Cups and the Devil, they came out in pile number 1. With the Six of Cups and the Two of Cups being here, the Emperor, the Devil, I am seeing a karmic, higher level soul connection. When I mean karmic, it's not necessarily bad. It's just someone who is maybe a trigger to you, or is someone who is showing up for you very consistently, because there is reciprocity here. There's a lot of pleasure here, and at times there could be some toxicity, but again, this is toxicity that is mirrored back to you, that is within yourself. And you're becoming aware of this through the expansion of your psychic gifts. You had a past life with this person, is what I'm seeing here. And you're going on a pilgrimage together. You're actually on this pilgrimage together so that you can help each other out of challenging situations, the devil in the mind and challenges in general, so that the magician, you can create a whole new reality for yourselves, manifest yourselves out of the burdens. But again, this breakthrough, whatever you realize, it's almost bringing in not unwanted change, but change you feel like you're not prepared for, but you are. It's almost like you didn't want to deal with this right now, but you will. You're going on this pilgrimage regardless, and it's not an easy path, but it's worthwhile, because it's gonna bring you pleasure. But coming out of this conflict, this challenge that you're dealing with, is going to take some work. It's not going to be an easy road. It's going to feel lonely at times. It could involve relocation even, like physical relocation. Like you feel like you have the world on your shoulders, but there is success and achievement here. This is what it takes to change your life and to be able to take the reins and take leadership. I'm definitely seeing something about travel here. Okay? So, wow. Pile number 2 is, it seems like either part 1 of pile 2 of pile 1, or it is part 2 of pile 1. There is a connection here. So it seems like you're manifesting something here that will bring you into balance with the leader within you, and it's allowing you to reconcile with the pleasure in life, or reconcile with someone. For some of you, there is a reconciliation here after travel. And this reconciliation, while it seems like it's been a tough road to get there, it will be very empowering in the end. Now, this seems very cryptic to me, but maybe it makes sense to you guys, so let me know how in the comment section. Okay? Pile 2, that was your reading. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell if you'd like to be notified of future uploads on the channel. If this resonated with you, let me know how in the comment section. If not, choose another pile. Don't forget to save this video if you want to watch it again later. Share this video with someone you feel may need this message. Extra content is on Patreon, TikTok, as well as members area here on YouTube. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. Bless you all. Bye. See you sometime soon. Welcome, Pile 3. This is your next breakthrough. Okay, so you guys chose emeralds, and we have the number 22. Okay, the number 22 means that you are on the right path. If you've been organizing yourself, structuring yourself, you are on the right path, okay? Just so you know, all that effort that you're putting into something, into getting organized and structured, it's paying off, okay? And it will allow you to be freed. It will free the path ahead. And I just saw the number 44 as well. So you could be seeing 22, 44. But the emerald is also about giving and receiving love. I'm seeing that heart up there. So there's something about giving and receiving love, opening your heart chakra, becoming more vulnerable, allowing love in your life, giving love with an open heart, and opening your heart to friendship, opening your heart to embracing unity. There could have been experiences that you had in life that made you feel off kilter or off path, but now you're on the right path. And you're going to realize this. She of the Lotus. Yeah, you've been through something tough in your life, or many tough experiences, but you may have cried a lot. But this just made you stronger. It didn't deter you, it didn't stop you, it didn't make you sink. It just made you stronger. And you're going to realize this big breakthrough that you're having is just how far you've come despite everything you've been through. It's just that you used all of your experiences to make you stronger rather than allow it to destroy you. Quite the contrary, it actually turned you into this beautiful diamond. And hadn't you had these experiences, you wouldn't be the person you are today. And you're realizing this. You're just about to realize this. How beautiful your experiences have carved you into this beautiful being. Maybe you felt like your self-worth was, maybe you had self-worth issues. And there's something that you're going to become aware of that's going to show you just how far you've come and just how worthy you are. You've done a lot of shadow work. You've addressed the dissonance. And any previously perceived downfalls, you're seeing this as the flip side of your superpowers. You turned them into superpowers. So congratulations, guys. You've loved yourself back to wholeness. You've experienced a lot of triggers that felt very disempowering. Maybe you did feel disempowered. Maybe you did feel like you hit rock bottom. But when you hit rock bottom, it opened a crack. And it allowed the light to come in and shed those dark spaces that needed healing within you. It brought light to those dark corners within you. And you chose to heal. You chose to transcend. You chose to make something of yourself. You did not accept defeat. You did not accept defeat. The empty room. You felt empty at times. But it's almost like you got this new beginning, a clean slate. It seems like you released a lot from your life. A lot of toxicity, toxic people, toxic circumstances, toxic thoughts, toxic environments. And you created the space to create the life that you truly want, not the life or the cards that were handed to you. You didn't accept those. You did not accept it. Maybe you spent a lot of time alone. The number 17 could mean something to you, as well as the number 8. You've created this space within your life that now you're able to create what it is that you really truly want. And you're going to find out that actually that empty room or that emptiness that you felt was actually giving you an opportunity to create and co-create with the universe. Because if you look at things from a closed-minded perspective, or from a 3D perspective, or if you box yourself in and look inside the box, it's like you feel there's nothing there, but this box now has these transparent windows, sides to it, and you can actually see the universe through it. And you realize that you don't have to box yourself in any longer. There is no box. It's not about thinking outside the box. There is no box. And so you have put yourself in a position where you are now limitless, because you've learned to co-create with the universe. You've learned that you can create now the reality that you want, because the universe has everything, and you can use that energy to harness that energy to create whatever it is that you want. That there is a lot more available to you than you once perceived. So your consciousness is expanding. The fox. You could have Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo in your chart. Doesn't have to be. But maybe you were coming from a very constricted view, very limited perception of things. Or maybe that was the hand that was dealt to you. Maybe the people around you were dealing with manipulative people, astute people, very smart people, but they kind of like you felt boxed in. Now, because these people didn't know any better either. And so you felt like you had to use your smarts, street smarts. I'm seeing street smarts, and I'm seeing very clever energy here. Or you were surrounded by someone who was very clever, or very clever people who convinced you that your reality was one thing, but now you're seeing that your reality is something different, because you refused to accept what was being shown to you. But now I'm going to read from the book to get more information here. So the fox says smart, strong partner or mate, and wise teacher. So maybe you are this wise teacher, you're becoming this wise teacher. You are someone who is very smart. You are a very strong partner to have around. But this could also mean that there is a strong partnership coming into your life that you've created space for. And it says, the fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystique to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. So maybe you are someone who is very skillful, resourceful in business, and maybe you are a great teacher. Maybe you're realizing this about yourself. Maybe you're just realizing this about yourself. And it says they are quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. I would say absolutely this is you. You are quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. You got yourself out of very murky circumstances. And it says foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. So maybe you already know this about yourself, that you are an ideal life partner. And you're becoming aware of just how valuable you are within a partnership and how committed you are to partnerships. And that you have this charisma that keeps things exciting within a partnership, that allows things to go long term rather than staying stale. Or maybe this is someone coming into your life who has a natural charisma and will keep things exciting in what will be, or what will continue to be, a very committed long-term relationship. Fox energy helps us stay true to those most dear to us. So you're learning who and where your loyalties lie. Who deserves your loyalty? What is near and dear to your heart? When this card appears, reconnect with those you love. So you're reconnecting with people you love. Maybe you had an identity crisis because of certain relationships that you were in. Some of you are attracting in someone who will be a very wise teacher for you. Work on your partnerships, work on your relationships, and work on those connections that really speak to your heart. Fill the empty space with people who really speak to your soul, is what this is saying. And there could be someone who is very much on your level mentally and willing to work with you long term here. And you feel a mental connection, a soul connection. Conclusions are within reach. You're about to close up a big chapter in your life, get closure, be able to reach a conclusion that you felt was out of reach. You have the Knight of Wands, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. You could be dealing with a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or this could be you. You're closing up a huge cycle in your life, and you're on the right path to a new one. And once you close this cycle, you're going to feel very, very fired up for the future. Now, there could be someone taking action toward you or doing something or showing you something that will allow you to move in the right direction. But it seems like you're moving a lot faster than you felt you were up until now. The Empress. You could have Taurus or Libra in your chart. You could be dealing with a Taurus or a Libra. But you're coming into a lot of abundance. You're realizing the abundance within you that will create the abundance without. You're creating something new, something that you're very driven toward, very passionate about. So if there's something that your heart really wants, if you want to fill that empty space with something that truly drives you, then this is showing you the path to follow. This could even be a person who makes you feel very good about yourself, or just makes you feel very good, very loved, very loyal. I'm seeing honey and bees and High Priestess. Your psychic gifts are opening. You could be dealing with someone who is a spiritual teacher, who is going to be in the next phase of your life. And you're also getting access to the secrets of the universe. And this breakthrough that you're having is something that is very much highly spiritual, that is leading you to also worldly abundance at the same time. It's like you're taking all these things that you can conceive in your imagination, and you are making them happen in your 3D material reality. You could have Pisces in your chart, doesn't have to be. The Queen of Wands, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries again. You're upgrading from the Knight of Wands to the Queen of Wands. So you're very driven, you're very passionate. You're very inspired here. You're inspired by yourself, by your own path. Maybe there is someone here who is very highly psychic, who is inspiring you to become the best version of who you are, of yourself. You're going to be inspiring a lot of people. You are attracting in a lot of assistance, a lot of support, maybe even a following. If that is something that you resonate with. Nine of Pentacles. It seems like you're headed toward your financial independence as well. Pre-Empress, Empress energy. You're glowing. You're glowing. You're making your life happen. You're making things happen for yourself. Page of Wands. So much fire, so much excitement I'm seeing. This breakthrough is a creative breakthrough. You're about to have an idea, or your creative juices are about to get flowing again. There's healing of your sacral chakra, where you felt a hit on your self-worth. Maybe you felt like your light was dimming when it was actually becoming stronger. You're about to be very successful and victorious with this new path you're on after you close the cycle. You're about to be very successful and victorious with following your intuition. You have been following your intuition this whole time, and it's leading you to a lot of abundance and success. For some of you, it is fame. For others of you, it's just feeling really good about yourself in life and being appreciated by those around you, being supported by those around you. Where before you didn't feel supported, there's a lot of love coming to you. A lot of playful energy, a lot of joy. And this is a new path because you chose to heal. You chose to take nothing and make it into something. And that nothing was nothing in the 3D, but it was something that you imagined and you make it happen. Whether this be a business, a child, a following, or just feeling really good about yourself. I'm seeing high vibration for pile number 3 here. Okay? Overcoming self-sabotage, if there was any, which I do feel there was at some point. You're about to become very successful, very financially independent, very inspiring to others. Maybe you're turning into a spiritual teacher. People hanging on to your every word, following you toward their own abundance. You leading by example. And this very nurturing, accepting, loving energy that you have and you hold, holding space for others because you held space for yourself. It's like you're teaching others through your own example that you don't have to succumb to your circumstances. You're gaining a lot of admirers. You're becoming super attractive, magnetic. Okay? And you're shining. You're just shining. So good for you, pile number 3. That was your message. That's your next breakthrough. Some of you, the breakthrough is fame, or all of a sudden having a lot of followers, or all of a sudden getting all this abundance coming your way. After a lot of hard work you've done behind the scenes, in secret maybe, you moved in silence, and now you're ready to showcase whatever it is you have. And so, congratulations, pile 3. That was your reading. Let me know how that resonates in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell if you'd like to be notified of future uploads on the channel. Save this video if you want to watch it later. Share this video with someone you feel may need this message. Extra content is on Patreon, TikTok, and members area here on YouTube. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. Bless you all. See you sometime soon. Bye. Till next time.